Hey everyone, today I've got your Ocean's 8 movie review. Debbie Ocean finds a few people to take on a jewelry heist at the Met Gala. Does this spin-off slash sequel pay off? So as far as the story goes, from the director of the first Hunger Games movie comes a film where George Clooney's character, Danny Ocean, has a sister cut from the same cloth, and the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree when she enlists the help of a few people to steal some pretty expensive bling, like this. Ooh. I thought going into this movie it was going to play off just like the first Ocean's trilogy, which was kind of a cut and paste plot, and it ended up being this basic heist film where you get this fast-paced intro that introduces all of the characters that are going to be involved in said heist, and that reminded me of the formula that was Ocean's 11. Once it gets to the point of the heist, it's really nothing short of amazing, and the journey, however, getting to that point, it was interesting to see what was a little bit different about this film in comparison to the other Ocean's films. It did kind of make it stand out in a way. So as far as the casting goes, you've got Sandra Bullock, who plays Debbie Ocean, who is Danny Ocean's sister. She doesn't talk about him too much in the film because, quite frankly, his character doesn't exist anymore. And she kind of has this more younger troublemaking sister type of behavior because she just knows how to steal, so she's perfect for the job, and her motives for wanting to take on this heist, I thought they weren't explained at first, but she did sort of give a reason as to why she was put in jail and then got out and then caused all of this to happen. And she does become the leader of a pretty good team of a cast that, being an all-female cast in this movie pretty much, I thought it was going to turn out to be another Ghostbusters scenario where you have all these well-known actresses interacting with one another, and even though at times they do make a good ensemble cast, I mean, I love Cate Blanchett in this movie, and I thought like her character, how she started off was kind of interesting, but then everybody else kind of had their own motivations for wanting to do this, and they all have their own personalities, which was expected, and maybe even some stereotypes. Helena Bonham Carter in this movie, or Mindy Kaling, I mean, I don't know, it just seemed a little bit over the top with some of these people's characters. I mean, Sarah Paulson, or even Rihanna, I was like, what the heck is she doing in this movie? Or even having that, like, token Asian person in the movie to try to fit into small spaces, even if the original some original characters from the previous Ocean's films make cameos. I mean, nothing really compares to the original cast. And then when you add Anne Hathaway, who is technically the mark of this film, but maybe not, she was okay, maybe also a little bit over the top, and, acting all, like, spoiled and whatnot, because she's the one that gets the bling taken off of her. But then when I finally get to see some of the male actors in here, like Richard Armitage, that's the only reason why I saw this movie in the first place. So if you ladies know who he is, he's one of the greatest British actors around, just saying. And even James Corden playing this, like, detective guy, I thought was also just, it was okay. So the things that I liked about this movie was that some scenes during the Met heist were exciting to watch. I mean, leading up to the point of a certain sabotage and a snatch and run scene with the bling, I thought was just really cool. Just really put me on the edge of my seat, and I just loved how they shot this film at the Met Gala. I thought, like, that was really cool to see all of these celebrity cameos and seeing it sort of play off, because I mean, I can imagine how crazy it would be with some of these ladies wearing millions of dollars of bling on them. It would be insane, especially if it got lost. And there were some twists along the way, so I liked that aspect as well. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that some of the jokes in this movie, where, you know, it was trying to be funny, but I couldn't always take it seriously, so they kind of felt flat. And it doesn't get to the point of the plot until midway through the film. So while you have all this build-up, it really, I felt like, was kind of a waste to have this being an over 2-hour film, but then one half being mostly the setup and then actually taking this on. It almost seems like the heist was just like easy peasy. Maybe that's why it kind of felt basic, as I said. So overall, Ocean's 8 was, I don't know, it could have been a lot better, and I wouldn't say I went into this movie with a lot of high expectations, because I did enjoy the other Ocean's trilogy, and if they're planning on making more after this, I don't know how they're gonna do that, or even what they're going to do in those movies. So I don't know, I was kind of left disappointed while watching this, but at the same time I was entertained. So I am kind of on the fence about recommending it to you guys, whether or not you were fans of the Ocean's movies, but this one was still, you know, at least a decent flick. So I would give this 3.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Ocean's 8. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys later.